Warning, I just filmed this big update video and it's way longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to slice this thing into 2 parts. Do the first one, second one, and sorry. Been a while since I've done an update and kind of got carried away showing everything. So what I'll do is show the beginning here at some point. I haven't even started editing until I got everything onto the computer and noticed how long it was. So we'll slice it in the middle and I'll upload a second part. So hope everybody checks it out, enjoys it, leaves some comments, and thanks for watching. ABC, it's Greeno. Time to do an update. It's been a couple weeks, if not longer, since I've done one. And went out yesterday, did pretty good. The wife and I just went out kind of screwing around, and I ended up in a couple shops down around Baltimore and did alright. Last week, went to a shop around DC, did pretty good there too. So it's kind of building up, so I thought I'd do an update. This one may be a little long, so hang out, kick back, hopefully enjoy. There's new stuff in here I've picked up, and there's also some stuff that's been laying around, finally listening to, so it's kind of all mixed in and actually in no particular order. So here we go. Been reading a couple books here lately. I go through, I get into reading real heavy for a while, and then I'll go for a while and I don't. Right now I'm reading a good bit, other than magazines, which I read all the time. Last week I read the Tony Iommi Iron Man biography. It's pretty good, easy read, not really in depth, just kind of Tony talking, just from memory almost, like it sounds. He doesn't go real deep, and he doesn't really call anybody out or anything like that. It's just it's a fun read though. I really like this. Recommend it. Finished that and then moved on to the Ace Frehley No Regrets. This goes a little deeper. This is pretty good, and Ace is just being Ace and laying it all out there, man. And definitely like this, and he kind of, calls Gene out a little bit, where Gene basically just talks about him like he's dirt anymore, and Ace is like, love Gene and all that. We were in a band together, but he's just a money hungry piece of crap, basically. Which, yeah, it's a good book, but yeah, great stories about back in the day, and it's not a bitter book at all. He's just telling it the way he sees it. And right now, I just ran across this, didn't even know this was coming out, picked it up as soon as I saw it. Louder Than Hell: The Definitive Oral History of Metal. And man, this is like huge. It's like 700 pages, something like that. But very cool. It's kind of written like Please Kill Me, the punk book. It's just quotes from people that were there and putting it in order, making a history out of it. So that's very good. I'm like 100 pages into that, digging that one. Alright, go ahead and jump into the vinyl. And everything else is vinyl. So what's playing right now? Total blind buy, other than they had a listening station and I dropped the needle for like 10 seconds on a couple songs. I was like, I'll take it. Which is Main Horse. Never seen this, never heard of it. It's from 1971. It's what's playing. It's very it's like prog mixed with hard rock. Great organ work. And a couple of these guys went on to other bands. Patrick Moraz, I think, went on to play with Yes keyboards for a while or something, and Bryson Graham, I think that's right, went on to be with Spooky Tooth. I think that was the two. But one album, it's the only one they did. They were done. But this is a really good album. It kind of starts out more rockin', and by the end they're definitely into the prog stuff. So, and the cover just attracted me as soon as I saw it, and then flipped it over. It was like, 1971. That's kind of the era I'm looking for right now. Purchased from doom.com. Clear blue sky. Knew nothing about this either. They had it on their website. And this was 1970 on Vertigo. 3 dudes, like teenagers, almost like a Dust kind of thing here. You know, it's not as heavy as Dust, but is 70s hard rock. Maybe a little bit of psych thrown in. Very cool. And great cover. But Doom had it. Yeah, I just go on Doom.com, kind of look around, check out, because they always have clips. And clicked onto that one, listened to a bit of it, was like really dug it, so went ahead and ordered it. Cheap pickup. Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. Love this album. And this is Queen's kind of one of those bands I take for granted, which I don't know if there's other people in the VC. There's just certain bands, you know, you hear on the radio all the time, and you most likely have most of their stuff, if not all of it, but you don't listen to it much. Queen's one of those bands for me. And man, when I dropped the needle on this, like, wow, what a great album. Why don't I listen to more Queen, which I need to, so I'm going to start checking out Queen more. I have most of their stuff, it's just taken for granted. I don't know. Led Zeppelin's like that for me. I know every Led Zeppelin song. Most people in the VC, older people, probably know every song. Other than Rob and Vance, who in the VC listens to them a lot, you know. I never turn them off when they come on the radio, but I hardly ever put an album on either. So, been wanting this for a while, went and grabbed it, and this is great. It sounds fantastic. The band sounded great. It's a live album. It's Heaven and Hell, Neon Nights, 30 years of Heaven and Hell, live at Wacken. And it's a double, and it's just a really good live album. I was telling LJ I picked it up, and he was like, well, let me know how good it is, because he was thinking about it too, and it's like, man, pull the trigger, it's good. Really surprised me. So I shouldn't say surprised me, but I was very happy with it. It's very good. This came from the little metal shop down in DC. Another High Roller. If you watch my channel, you've heard me talk about that label. They put out amazing old metal re-releases and just rarity stuff. And I actually picked up probably 4 or 5 High Rollers. They're scattered throughout here. So this is actually, I think, the first. This is 001, the first thing High Roller put out, and it's Urchin. And when I saw this, I was like, man, I know that name. I know the name of the band. What's the deal with the band? I asked the guy, and he's like, Adrian Smith's band before he joined Iron Maiden. I'm like, that's it. And this comes with a killer insert, like a really heavy-duty cardboard stock with great pictures, little information about the band. You see Adrian Smith right here with the short hair. And it's a great album. It's kind of like leftover, or just, you know, stuff recorded by the band, demo stuff, and a single. Because I believe all they put out was a single. They never actually issued an album. But High Roller kind of put everything together and issued it, and wow. It's not metal, it's just good 70s rock, yeah, hard rock. Yeah, see this out there, like hard rock, definitely grab it. See any High Roller, check them out, they're all worth, everything I've picked up is worth checking out. Showed this, I have the import pressing, I got it first, I just got the US pressing. It was like $15 on Nuclear Blast, so I grabbed it. Because a newer band that I love, Abracadabra. And at first this album kind of it didn't catch me like the first one, but now it's catching me. The more I listen to it, it's like, yeah, it's definitely different than the first album. But great band. Same, there's not much difference with the album cover or anything. It's like on a marble vinyl. So a couple cheap things. The Rockets Back Talk. I think this was late 70s, early 80s, 1981. Just kind of rock, leftover 70s. Not hard rock, but just rock and roll. But cool band. I got another album by these dudes. Like them. Yeah, cheap stuff, $1, $2. Knew nothing about this guy. Richard X. Heyman. Living Room. And found this for $1. And it's a promo. It came with the promo picture, the bio, and all that. And it's just kind of good singer-songwriter, a little jangly power pop kind of. But it's from like it's early 80s. And I think he might have been releasing stuff up till a few years back. I don't know if he's still active, but cool stuff. This is another High Roller from 2008, Crystal Viper, The Last Axeman, and this is a newer band. Actually, they do put out some newer stuff. Female singer, very much in the vein of Warlock with Dora, or Doro. She sounds like her a little, but more power metal than Warlock. But pretty cool. Grabbed this for a little bit of nothing. I think I paid $2 or $3. Dokken Unleashed in the East, Still Sealed. Couldn't pass that up. So, love that. This one had been sitting around for a while. Jagged Pill, or Jagged Edge, Trouble. This is like an EP, 5 tracks. I think all 5 tracks are on both sides of the vinyl. But very cool band. Yeah, that late 80s MTV style, whatever. Atom Bomb, Fatal Attraction. I don't believe I showed this before. This was on Geffen, probably 87, 85. Holy crap. Earlier than I thought. Just, hair metal, whatever. Great album, Exodus, Pleasures of the Flesh. Just a copy still in a shrink. I had sitting around. Wanted to spin it before I put it on the shelf. Love this era, Exodus, the first 4 albums, I guess. Lionheart, Hot Tonight. This has Dennis Stratton. Yeah, Dennis Stratton plays guitar on this, and this is very kind of lightweight, AOR-ish almost. Who was playing this in a video? Kenneth. I apologize, I can't think of your YouTube name. Crap, I apologize. Great channel. It's a newer guy, and he's been in the BC for a little while now, but he's always showing stuff I love. So he was playing this in the background. London, Playa del Rock. So pulled this out, listened to it. It's been on the shelf to be listened to for a while. I actually picked this up probably a couple of years ago down in Myrtle Beach. Just now getting around to it. I mean, I'd heard it before, just hadn't played that copy. Next is Digger, Stronger Than Ever. And Digger is Grave Digger. After, what, 2 or 3 albums, I guess, they released this album as Digger, trying to be a little more commercial. Didn't work. They went back to being Grave Digger. And actually, I think they were still, it's from '86. I think they're still releasing albums today. The Dummies. It's kind of garage, noisy, punkish kind of stuff. This was on Get Hip. That's why I picked it up. It's from the '90s. I like the Get Hip label. This was okay. Didn't really set me on fire. Really not huge into it. The Cynics, Get Your Way. Should also be on Get Hip. Yeah. 1994 Get Hip. Great garage stuff. Get Hip releases some really cool garage, just kind of a retro 60s sounding stuff. Marino 2, it's a Japanese guitar player, and this album's so-so, from the 80s. It's Japanese pressing. I can't read the writing there, but it's 80s. It's okay. The other album's better. And this is one, for some reason I never remember really seeing. I picked it up for $1 or $2. So I grabbed it. Joe Walsh, You Brought It, You Name It. Good album. I ended up digging it. Alright, that's one stack. We got some more in a box here. Let me make some room.